took credit for my work, something about cheated me, something about lying. It doesn't sound entirely pleasant, I'll say that much.
Obviously, this shopkeeper is in distress, and I need to kill whoever is having this argument with him.
Certainly, yeah,
Obviously.
that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first rule of the Iron Soul? Kill whoever's bothering someone?
Only
Go in there, guns blazing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, he has like more of his like normal like jumpsuit that he normally wears under his armor, and his sword with him, and he walks in.
Okay.
What's going on here?
This is primarily happening at the door, basically.
Mm-hmm. Oh, outside?
Yeah, I mean, this is basically happened. It's not in the shop. It's actually.
Oh,
like,
okay. In that case,
outside.
he would just approach, scream, "What's going on here? Calm down."
And the shopkeeper just kind of looks at you and goes, I'm very sorry, sir. This will be cleared up in just a few moments, and if you would like to place an order, I'll be happy to help you. This won't take long.
You shouldn't be placing an order for this piece of piss. This fucker has been stealing my work, using it for so long. You see this?
No
you see this? And he's holding up a sword which looks very Eastern. He says, "You see this on the pommel?
Like the sword that Zai described to you.
The receipt.
You see this on the pommel? This is my maker's mark. You have been using my craftsmanship."
Now, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you're taking things all out of proportions. I mean, of course, I subcontracted a few things, but I didn't steal your work.
Stupid
I paid
son-in-law
you for your work.
came to me saying, "Oh, I just want a gift for my friend. She's so blah 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 blah," and then you use my good nature against me. My good mercantile nature.
We stole nothing from him, Sir Paladin. We paid him for his work.
Did you lie, though?
He is... Oh, I could just crush you with my bare hands right now.
I didn't lie, no. I sent my stepson to purchase the blade from him.
Who are you? Kind of looking at the dwarf. Like, is this like a real dwarf, or?
Judging by the fact that he's speaking Dwarven and is heavily accented, that would give a clue that he's probably not from Titan.
No, I mean, you said that basically, like, modern dwarves were basically small humans with
no, that's
this
what I'm saying. If it was a modern dwarf, his accent would not be what you're hearing now.
Okay. He has a flashback to Lord of the Cups again, like, okay, dismisses it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be this weird Indian dwarf.
It's not...
yeah.
It's like a mix of like Russian and Scottish.
So, sir, who are you? And why the disturbance?
My name is Keegan Stoneheart. I am a craftsman. I work right outside of Titan. I have my own little shop or cart or whatever you want to call it. And this motherfucker, he sent his stepson or son-in-law, or whoever the fuck he was, whoever works for him, gave me a sub-story that he needed it for his friend who was dying, and it was the best thing he could.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Please, you see the disturbance.
You want real work? This man does no good work. That's what he does. No good work at all. If you want good work, you come to me. I'm Keegan Stoneheart. Yeah, you have a good reputation of ripping off other fucking craftsmen. I have talked to at least 4 other people. We are going to be getting a contract. We are going to sign an order to the city and get you disbarred from your practice. That's what we're doing.
That's not even how the law works here.
Sir Stoneheart, even though if what you say is true, this man is obviously an asshole, but it's not illegal to be an asshole. And sir shopkeeper, please keep this inside of the shop. And by the way,
Well,
I
I'm
have
not
this
letting
receipt.
Crazy dwarf into my shop to wreck things.
Well, I'll go with. I'll make sure he doesn't wreck anything. But we are not doing this out on the street.
Very well. Come in, I guess.
By the way,
Mm-hmm.
as you're looking at this guy, you can see that he was very stout, very muscular, much more muscular than like the traditional, not traditional rather, the dwarves you've seen. Very much that sort of stereotypical Lord of the Cups, whatever you've been saying this entire time.
Hey, it's canon.
Looking. Yeah. Wispy, sort of gingerish, like almost blonde, red hair that goes down all the way to his the square of his back, the small of his back, which then ends in like this odd white color, more like platinum blonde. He's currently wearing a tunic, but he's not wearing any sleeves, just sleeveless tunic, and you can very obviously see that he has a tattoo of a very buxom, mustached dwarven woman.
Mustached dwarven.
Fully nude, just fully naked. Minge and everything just showing.
See, now Roaches can't look at you. He's more like, oh shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't have let this guy in my shop either.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
And he has a belt filled with all sorts of tools. You don't even know half of the tools that he has. He has a bag on his thing that looks like a sort of like one of those messenger pouches strapped over him. And he's just sort of every once in a while just cursing into his breath as he walks inside. Here is a picture of him. Right over here, Casey. I put it down on the thing.
Oh. I'm obviously not seeing it.
It's up next to the portrait.
Yeah, it's where Tenzin was.
Got it.
Do you want to make it bigger?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. There he is.
Oh,
And
you
he
don't
does
have
have-
an arm? Hand?
See, I saw that, and I was debating whether or not to ask Casey if I could have an artificial hand, but I kind of was like, that would be a little bit too much. But
Probably to start with, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, it wouldn't be like anything
It's actually
else,
just
an artificial hand.
I think it's just a blacksmith's gauntlet to protect his arm. I think it's just a gauntlet. It goes up to his elbow.
No, that's not a gauntlet. What do you mean?
Is it?
No,
I'm
he
not-
literally has no hand in that picture. But in for the sake of
Yeah, sure.
he has a hand. It's just in his
Alright.
pocket.
Sure.
There.
So, tries to think back about negotiations and stuff like that.
The guy kind of looks at you and he goes, "So, you've got a receipt for a blade."
Well, yeah, but it appears that if what this man says is true, then you didn't make it.
Well, I said to your lady friend that we would have her blade ready for her. We didn't say that we would make it. Subcontracting is a vital part of being a successful
Yeah. They're fucking cheapskates. That's what they are. They couldn't make it in time, so they charged her way more than what they charged me, so they can make a quick buck. That's what they did.
That's business.
Inside check.
On who?
On the
Everyone.
On everyone.
Alright, roll insight.
Oh no shit! I don't use insight. I'm a walking, talking lie detector
What?
with my suit on, so never mind.
Yep.
You don't have your
I
suit
was
on.
just pausing to see if you would
Damn
connect
it!
the dots there.
I have a thing that makes it so I can tell lies, but I need my suit on for that. All right,
Yeah.
never mind. I believe everyone here is truthful, and
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know why.
In their own way, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Perception of reality is their reality, so technically we are all truthful.
Yeah, definitely.
Say, yeah. He kind of gives the receipt to the merchant and says, "Well, reputation is everything for a craftsman. So I do not know what happened here, but I would suggest that you make sure that rumors about doing stuff like that doesn't get around."
Yeah, rumors, which are true.
I'm gonna go, yeah, I can't.
The shop
You're
owner-
not a
looks at
good
you,
craftsman.
and he says, "I'm sorry, Sir Dwarf, but that blade was fairly purchased, and I would ask you you turn it over to me. We purchased that blade from you fairly. We paid your asking price, and the deal has been done."
So dwarf,
It's for your friend, right?
yeah,
I never said that to you.
Shut your fucking mouth, shopkeeper. I'm talking to this paladin man now.
yeah, that's true. I'm only here to pick it up. I would say though that if he bought it from you, you would need to give it to him. However, considering why should I go to him in the future for all my weaponry needs when I could just go to the source instead? He would kind of look at the shopkeeper.
He says he twirls
So-
it in his hand and hands it to you.
So
Here you are. One genuine, what was it called again? The crafting motif. Something, show? Show, yes. One show blade.
balance.
I had to take out the manual for this one. But yeah.
Yeah, she has a weird taste in blades. Thank you. And thank you for putting me in contact with obviously good craftsman.
He just kind
Yes,
of goes,
a better
"Would the two
craftsman
of you
than he'll
please
ever
just
be."
Leave my shop."
Yeah, we will. I give them the two finger salute. Fuck you, you fucking asshole.
Dwarves, no culture, no respect.
No respect for a fucking, God, what would he say? Charlatan. Yeah.
As he's leaving, Roach is just standing there for an extra 2 seconds with like,
Ooh.
yeah, okay, I'm just gonna leave and not say a word. Just leaves the shop. Sir Dwarf.
Yeah, what is it, Paladin, man?
So you're good at crafting things.
Oh, I'm great at crafting things. You ask anyone outside of Titan. I can make anything you want, custom made. That is my deal.
Would you mind me bring a few friends? We could see what you have to offer.
Of course, of course.
Kind of
I
looks at the
have a
watch.
stall outside home.
Am I gonna miss my meeting with Blake's?
You've got about an hour and a half, and it's probably going to take you half an hour to get where you're going.
I go up to call Aiden. It's like he doesn't have a fucking phone.
Nope.
All right.
Are
Could
you
you
trying
give?
to call someone?
Yeah, an elf.
Give me a second. And he takes out what appears to be this long horn of a sort, with like this dangling medallion at the end.
I gotta
put this to your lips. Think of who you're talking about, and here. Oh wait. He takes out a handkerchief and sort of wipes off the very obvious dust of saliva. There you go, elbow grease. Just put this to your lips.
He's gonna hold it and says, "Well, I appreciate it. I think we've made enough noise at the city, and it's quite a bit off."
No.
Screaming
Trust me, only he will hear it. Don't worry. It's a magic item. I made it myself. It's called the Horn of Distance Calling.
Well, I would say most horns actually call from a distance. It's kind of
you're right. But in this case, you can call any distance like.
All right, I'll give it a try. I promised Aiden to try this magical mumbo jumbo stuff. So all right, I've seen this in movies. All right, and he goes.
You actually do that, and no sound comes out. It's just you go.
Yeah,
I think
you
of
are
Aiden.
sat at the tavern, and you just hear this disgusting kind of blowing sound in your ear.
My reply is,
What the
What
fuck?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He looks like, how did he make that noise with this? Hang on, I got this.
No. You no. Oh. Your friend is going to be very angry with you.
Oh shit!
And yes, you do hear it again, Sigurd.
no reply.
Just talk into it. Just put it next to your mouth and talk like you're talking into a microphone or a headset.
This is Roaches. Testing. Test 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. This is Roaches calling Aiden. Arcan Gem.
The reply is, keep the horn away from your mouth 3 inches, you fucking idiot.
Oh, okay. So it's like one of those. This is handy, by the way.
Yes.
Right. By the way, what were the directions to your place, stall?
Oh, it's right outside of Titan. There is a big sign that says Stoneheart's Goods.
Uh,
I figured you would be okay with just having like a stall.
Oh yeah,
Casey, right?
there are a number of kind of daily markets that set up within half a day's travel of Titan.
Yeah.
so he kind of does the thing where he's like, and then kind of turns away a little bit from from Keegan, like. This is Roaches contacting Aiden. There, I found an interesting person named Stoneheart. He has a stall outside Titan. Please check it out while I talk with a certain someone. Kind regards. How do you feel? Christopher Roaches signing off.
I think that was more than
Hey, Durnan, you want to get me another glass of wine, please?
Yeah, you get like half of that message because
Yeah.
it cuts off.
Well, you did get the important part. I made sure of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
Go
how
meet this
far away?
very important outside of Titan. That was
How
pretty
far
much-
away was he? Rogus, I mean.
He's inside the city, but
Yeah, it wouldn't
Right,
really
but
give
is
you
it
how
like-
far
Yeah.
away he is?
No. I'm asking like, because I knew he was going to the blacksmith to pick it up. How far away is that? Like walking distance?
Oh, right. That's walking 45 minutes.
Ugh.
According to this, 15 feet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, I just
Um,
told you to meet up with him while I go talk to Blake because I can't really postpone that meeting.
yeah, I guess I'll go to the city gates then.
Yeah.
and wait for someone
I
out of the millions of people entering and leaving.
Thousands.
yeah.
Thousands.
So I asked a friend of mine to check up with you. I'm sure he's very interested to see what you have to sell. He basically looked for the most annoyed elf you have ever seen, and then
He's an elf.
oh yeah, and then take a big stick and shove it up his butt, and then imagine that facial expression. That's him. He's gonna.
Alright,
Have that look.
I don't
What's
quite
his
like elves very much, but you know.
You just told a dwarf to be an elf.
yeah.
And on top of that, an annoyed-looking elf.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a very annoyed-looking dwarf.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna
as
be
well.
there for this.
I do have to leave pretty quick, so.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to call that bit.
Yeah.
Alright.
So.
Yeah.
So
What
he
we'll
is.
probably do is, if Seeger's having to go, we'll do the meeting with Blake, and then we'll probably call it a night, and we'll pick up with the meeting at the gate at the start of next session.
Sounds good.
So yeah, you head off towards the gate, looking for an annoyed-looking elf.
The most annoyed-looking elf ever.
Yeah, the most annoyed-looking elf. And Seeger Eowden heads off to the gate looking for someone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Yep. You know, someone.
someone. Yeah, just looking for someone.
You know, don't we all are looking for someone?
Actually, you do know that you're looking for someone called Stoneheart,
Yeah.
or at least someone who has a shop outside of town called Stoneheart's.
I just messaged back with my own horn and asked him, who am I meeting, Roaches? He didn't tell me.
Oh, this is Christopher Roaches talking to Aiden Arkangem. You are supposed to meet one of the shopkeepers. I mean, sorry, I got it all confused. Anyhow, the one you're supposed to meet is well, he's a bit shorter, and oh yeah, he's
you
he's
catch
what one would
shorter.
call
That's
a
the last,
dwarf.
that's the last word.
Yeah.
Rokus, I'm gonna kill you in about 5 minutes with a spell that will eviscerate your heart from a distance, okay? You receive a second message saying, now then, tell me who I'm meeting.
Well, this is Christopher Roaches, and as I was saying, the person you are meeting, I met at the shop with the blacksmith that, I was picking up the sword for, sorry, I'm constantly mispronouncing that.
You get not even any of that.
Not even.
Like,
Yeah, it's already over with.
yeah.
No one has told Roach that there's a word limit on this.
Yeah, so that's you're 3 messages into the horn and still no wiser.
I mean, so you have 25 words. Go.
I messaged back saying, don't say your freaking name, I don't care, just reply with the name of who I'm meeting.
Stoneheart. Over. Shit.
All 3 of those you hear.
Yeah, you hear that whole thing, yeah.
Shit.
Is there a nearby paladin?
In Gurnans? No.
No, I'm heading to the gate.
Oh, there are paladins at the gates, yeah.
Strong temptation to report Rokus for using magic, but
Most of the people at the gate are Titan's Guard, but there are always at least a few paladins represented.
yeah, he doesn't. It's just in the back of his head.
I could do it. I could fucking do it. He would be gone. Yeah.
Stoneheart is a very dwarven or halfling name, so
Yes. I would
So
say
I'm looking-
you can work that much out, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's like halfling, 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 halfling.
Yeah, please be a halfling.
And yeah, we'll pick up with that in the next session then. So from there we will move over to the Paladin's Enclave, the garrison, and to Roach sitting outside of an office waiting for a meeting with Paladin Blakes.
Should have my armor for this.
Speaking of, you don't have an office.
Of course I don't.
He has
I'm
an
like,
office.
but is he like as new as I am with paladining business? Like,
Is he newer?
Yeah, he's actually a bit newer.
Well, I mean, this is like I've been on like 4 missions.
Alright, guys, I gotta go. Have a good one.
Better on them.
Okay, man.
See it.
Well, I mean, he probably would have been, although you were not trained together. If you were going to say it, he would have been in the same class that you were.
Okay. Like the same.
Training
Yeah, okay.
around the same. You were apprentices around the same time.
Okay. Sure. I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. Does it seem like I care? Is it? Does it seem like I care? I don't
Yeah,
care.
a bit, yeah.
No.
Um,
I'm so happy for him.
yeah, he's doing so well for himself that
Yeah.
it just
It's-
shows how much a paladin can accomplish if they put their mind.
Yeah,
into
if
it.
you just fucking sleep with the mayor starter, yeah, that's just.
Now that would be a
Fantastic.
very false accusation to be throwing around.
I
No one
would
has
never
proof
do
that
such a
has
thing.
happened.
I mean, we could check.
Do you want to suggest checking?
No. I mean, no. Although, no.
Probably a good choice.
Hmm.
You're kept waiting probably about 10 minutes past the start time of the meeting. And then the door opens and Blake is standing there and he says, good afternoon, Paladin Roaches. It's nice to officially meet you. I believe we've crossed paths shortly from a couple events recently, but I don't think we've formally been introduced. And he extends his hand.
That's very true to Paladin Blakes, but it's difficult not to be around trying to not have heard your name. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, it's the right place at the right time, I guess. Please call me Gerald. It's no need to stand on formalities.
Blakes. Sorry, I have a note here saying Aiden likes muffins, and I don't know why I wrote that down. Sorry. Okay.
Makes sense.
The bitch. Gerald. Okay. Yes.
Do you shake his hand as he extends it?
Oh yeah. I do.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to rock the boat.
You shake his hand. He invites you in. It's
Uh,
not.
roll me a wisdom save. No.
It's not the fanciest office, but I mean it's nicely appointed.
Congratulations about your engagement.
Oh well, I mean there's. It's not an engagement just yet. We're merely courting.
Well, hopefully it will come to that.
I do hope. Such a lovely young lady. I could only be so lucky.
Yeah.
Now, you wanted to see me today. How can I assist?
Well, as I'm sure you know, I had some dealing with the cult of time stop. I have that spell. The cult of Prometheus.
Yes, I heard some quite nasty business.
Oh yeah, we even fought that fire demon at the barracks.
I heard quite a bit about it. Believe me. I hadn't I had not realized until now that that's where I had heard your name recently. I knew when you requested the meeting that it had come up, but it was in regards to that incident, wasn't it?
It was, considering I've been part since the beginning of this whole investigation. I would very much like to see the whole thing through. And it came to my attention that you had captured one more of these red-skinned creatures called tieflings in the city.
Of course, and you took that must mean that he must be connected with this cult of Prometheus.
From what I understand, it's not a given, but I would. Well, the dots are connecting, aren't they?
I can certainly see that. I mean, I will, of course, share any information I have. I mean, unfortunately, I'm not sure how much help it will be to you. He reaches into his desk and he actually pulls out a file, and he kind of puts it on the table and flips it open. And he says, "A young boy raised in the magic zone, under some unusual circumstances. Parents are both human, but under affidavits, they did swear that he was born as he is, with this quite
he was born like that.
Red skin. Yes.
I didn't know one could be born like that.
I didn't either. We definitely live in a very strange world. I mean, unfortunately, a rather poorly off family, and he was picked up for stealing a gold pouch. There didn't seem to be much more to it than that. We did take over the case from the Titans Guard. Obviously, with the boy's appearance, we suspected there may be something untowards. But all of the stories checked out, and from what I understand, his parents paid the fine and he was released this morning.
He was released, you say? First of all, insight check. Do I feel like he's the most truthful person I've ever met?
Certainly. You are completely...
Wear your fucking armor!
You are convinced that maybe you've been wrong about this guy. He's really
I'm gonna be right
decent guy.
I may talk rage quit with my bad rolls. Yeah, I mean, obviously he's... Maybe I was too hard on him.
Maybe,
yeah. And, I mean, maybe he was just a coincidence.
Yeah, I mean, maybe things just happen. You know, he was lucky. Things fell his way.
Yeah. What was the name of this thief?
It was... And he flips through the file a bit, and he says, Artur... Cressgrowth.
Chris. Sorry, Chris.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Artist Cressgrowth. Did you have anyone with the magical adept talk to him or take a look at him?
We did actually. Quite an interesting experience. The first time I've heard of it used. I was told that it's actually a quite new program. Have you had a chance to work with one of them yet?
Well, yes. Considering when I heard that there were demons involved, I made sure that I had one of these elves with me in the party. I made sure to...
They're amazing, aren't they? I mean, a credit to the Order. I can't believe that they agreed to join us.
Well, I mean, information is all we need to fight these things, and they are definitely a source of information.
Most definitely. I mean, to have three of them volunteer to join our order, to devote that time to the training in order to help us to better understand these things that are so alien to us.
It's in bad. Yeah.
I've been. Well, this has been the only case so far that I've worked with one of them, but I was more than impressed.
They are impressive. About this artist, would you know where he is, where he lives, or where he was heading? I would like to also ask him a few questions. He would not be under arrest or anything like that, because obviously he has paid his fine. But I hope to gain some insight in these thieflings, and maybe he would just innately know something about that nature that could maybe shine some light on this investigation.
Certainly, of course. I mean, he was in town with his father, who was a blacksmith. They were visiting from. My apologies. And he flipped through the files again. Yes, here it is. The town of Thebos.
Thebos. Right. Is there anything more that I could maybe assist with in this investigation? Have there been any more talks about giant fire demons, or maybe these tiefling cultists mucking about?
Things have been fairly quiet the last few days. Luckily, of course.
Right.
I have not heard of any incident from the cult since the one here at the garrison, which you rectified.
Mm. Is there a way for me to quickly get in touch with you if I were to discover more information in this investigation?
Certainly, of course. I'll make sure that you have the identifier for my young ward, Timothy.
I don't have a ward. That's fine.
You also do know that a ward traditionally is someone who is not yet old enough to become a squire, but who is working with a paladin to gain the knowledge they need to be a squire.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything you would need from me? Fuck that. I'm not saying that. We're the same fucking rank. Fuck that shit. I'm not saying that.
Okay. You don't say that.
He holds his tongue. He's about to say it. Yes, because you are one office. Doesn't make you the boss of me. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I will continue my investigation.
Of course. Would you like a copy of the file?
Yes, thank you.
And he gives it to you.
Copy of file. Cool.
You flip through it after you've left the office, and it doesn't really have much in it that he didn't mention.
Okay.
It does list the boy's age as 15.
Okay.
It gives his parents' names. And it also lists the amount that he stole, which was 13 gold. From a traveling, from a caravan driver.
Doc, are you there?
I'm here now.
Yeah. Do you have, out of character, I have an idea, and you need to tell me if it's a very stupid one or not.
Okay.
So I'm gonna kill Blake's. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I support this idea. Go ahead.
No, I'm thinking. I'm currently on a somewhat good foot with Lord Hessen, the Lord of the Fifth Tenant, fight against the threat of magic, and we have the information about a tiefling, and there's a tiefling cult. Maybe we could somehow convince this tiefling to infiltrate the cult. If he's poor off, maybe we can bribe him.
You want to use a poor 15-year-old kid to infiltrate a cult, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a steep.
Yeah.
That's a slippery slope, my friend. First of all, he's 15. Second of all, if they find out he's dead. Third of all, if he buys into it,
What do you mean?
then
Okay,
he's dead. As in, if they find out that he's working for the Paladins,
Okay, yeah.
he's dead.
Well, that's the whole
He's
point
also
with
young and impressionable.
Yeah,
Yes.
but that's the whole point with like an infiltration. He's like perfect recruitment age. He already fits the criteria, and I'm not saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
I would say, if you wanted to play the long game, that would be the way to go.
Mhm.
However, the long game would involve you somehow getting the Paladins to induct him as a recruit, and then him becoming a sort of member of the Paladin Order,
Mm-hmm.
and then doing things like that, in a way. You know what I mean? Like, once he's
Training
like...
him first, I think is what
Training
you're
him,
trying to say.
exactly.
You know,
So
not
what I'm
just
saying
throwing
is...
him to the wolves.
Yes, what I'm saying is, perhaps you could... Don't even think about the cult. If you want to think about the cult, think about it long term, and what you could do is say, I have this impressionable young man who,
Looks like
is
a-
on a bad road, and you want him to do good and to do better. And I think what we really need to do right now is start going out towards the magical group and start having them help us and, really get them together.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
That kind of
Kind
thing.
of sounds like something else that just got said in your meeting, didn't it?
yeah, exactly. And that's not really. I don't think that will fly.
I won't fly? What do you mean?
Nah. No, it's like he's a tiefling, and the whole point was that he just matches the appearance of one of these cultists. That will make his
That's-
investigation easier. His
Yeah, no.
infiltration easier.
Then no. Then you'll
Okay.
have to find someone else. Honestly, though, if you want to do a good thing, maybe you could ask to
Kill
see
him.
if he wants to be...
Oh, okay, sorry.
See if he wants to join the Order as part of, like, a sort of program. So maybe he can... No. Why are you shaking
Yes.
your head?
Rocious is like he's trying to
It's
accept magic.
racist.
No, he's not.
Racist.
but basically, all he knows about these are that they are demon people, and they definitely have sold their soul
can
in one
be
way or another.
so
Can
racist.
be people.
Well, I mean, he can only work with the information that he's got, and
Alright, yeah, I
it's-
guess.
it's the cult. What Aiden has told him, and the fact that one of them turned into a giant fire demon when they died, and so far it's not like, oh well, that's paladin material.
You don't want a paladin that turns into a giant fucking fire demon to destroy its enemies? That sounds fucking badass to me.
That sounds badass to me too, but that's not paladin business. We have power armor for that shit. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, hey,
Okay.
that's my idea out of
Yeah.
character. If I were in your shoes, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
Just like not even thinking about the cult, like just trying to get allies and trying to,
I
help
think it's
people.
too long game to try to make a 15-year-old your ally. That's like, okay, you're gonna be useful in 10 years.
No. It's not that. It's start giving more ideas to the paladins. Like maybe this guy has a good idea. Maybe we can reach out more to magic people and get like a magic sect of the paladin order.
They
What's
they
best?
Doc was
What's the best?
Doc was AFK for that conversation. It just
Yeah.
happened
I was
right
AFK for that conversation.
Yeah, they
What's the
they
best thing
they
against
just
magic?
they just
It's
got
magic.
they just got 3 elves as paladins, and that's like a giant step for them, like a big
Yeah,
step.
That's great.
And and you can't just like 1 week after taking that huge step and say, okay, next step, demons. Yes.
Next step, demons.
Yeah. Let's like you gotta slow it in.
L.
Yes.
Next
Yeah.
step, demons.
Exactly. So baby steps.
No,
We can't
I
jump
totally
to
get it.
demons right away.
Considering the leader of the paladins is a fucking dragon,
Which
I
do
would
not
imagine.
know.
We don't know.
You have
We don't
no
know that
idea
shit.
how
I
to
know,
use
but
that.
this is an out of character conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that knowledge keeps cropping up, and your characters, I have to remind you, have never been exposed to anything.
I've never once used that information in character.
No, I'm saying it keeps cropping up in conversations that are out of character. I just want to be sure that they're not influencing
I
in
know.
character.
They're not influencing in character. I'm just saying it makes sense that he's starting to, induct some more magic so they can be like, oh, by the way, I'm a dragon. Oh, that's cool. We have 2 of those already.
It's also interesting because it does feed in with what Seeger's been seeing.
Yeah.
He's actually seen 2 of them already.
We've actually
Dragons? Hey, has he seen
elves.
2?
Elves helping
Oh yeah.
the paladins.
Yeah, he saw 1 at the gate and 1 at the palace.
Yeah.
I think that might actually be also partly because of us helping the merchants and everything like
And Blake is also convinced that you've been working with one of these elven paladins.
Have we?
Well, Mad said something about did you have a magic expert check over the kid? And Blake said, oh yes, it's the first time I've worked with one of them. Have you had a chance to work with one of these yet? And I think Madman thought he was asking about working with an elf.
Yeah.
Blake thought he was asking about working with one of these new elven paladins.
Okay.
So now
I
Blake
said
thinks that
specifically. I said specifically I worked with I had one of these elves because they are magic experts.
Yes.
But I never
and that's
said
exactly why he had one of them.
Yeah,
Because they're
yeah.
magic experts.
So we did a lot of assuming, and both of us just
You know what happens when you assume?
assumption is the
Take an
mother of
ass out of
fuck-ups.
you and me.
Yeah.
Also, Roach now absolutely loves
Blake.
because he's just this
I'm
great
charmed.
person.
Yeah, I'm charmed. He's like, oh shit, that's
He really is a
okay.
decent guy. He was
Yeah,
nice,
I mean,
he was polite.
He was
he
listening.
helped me
Yeah, exactly.
out.
Yeah.
The best
wasn't a dick about
BBEGs are often the most charming.
Hey, we just confirmed that he wasn't one, so get off his
I
back.
think he's a BBEG.
No, he's fine.
I think
He's
so.
fine. He's fine.
There's an overarching story here that.
Doc, he's my new best friend. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay. Great.
I will kill for him.
Says your insight.
My crit one inside. Yeah, exactly.
Great job.
Yeah, I
Great
think.
job.
Yeah, think we need to do next session. Kind of talk a bit to Keegan. But after that, I think we need to do a bit of a time skip, considering all of us have like things that we're waiting for to finish.
That actually what my plan has been, what I've been trying to get us to, is a point that we can have like maybe a 2-week or a 1-month time skip during the weeks that I'm away at Disney.
Yeah.
So that actually will cover off that time, and then we can return from there with some updates. That's kind of what I've been trying to pace us towards.
Mm.
And it's also part of why I'd mentioned possibly, or maybe not canceling on tonight's, because I don't want to move too quickly and get us to a point that we're then trying to set off next week and start something that we're then going to stop in the middle of.
I mean, we could like next session do a shit ton of RP, and hopefully I can like start my like modding of the armor, and maybe like
By the time, that'll be the time skip.
That'll be
that'll be
during
the.
skip,
Yeah, and this gonna involve some honor checks, but I really want to get some of that very weird metal from Thurnos shop into my armor somehow.
Which you don't know anything about it.
Yes, I do. I touched it and it freaked me out.
Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah.
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 The one with the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm playing a character that would be interested in that, whereas Tenzin was like, no, get away from that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go with you there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think just for next session, I like after seeing your shop, like, well, you're just as good as your materials. What about if I could introduce you to some new kind? Kind of from there.
Fucking fancy ass gun made of that shit. Oh my god.
That
would be the worst thing ever. But holy shit, it would be.
I want a fancy
shit. Not like you've ever had a problem with guns made out of that shit before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, if I'm gonna like order a custom order from you, it's gonna be like one of those Captain America shields where you just hit a thing and
adamantium shield, yeah.
No, he's talking about the energy shield.
No. Like you hit the button and it's like attached.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like the new one in Infinity War.
Yeah.
Spring out shield.
I actually have one of those.
Hey.
The character actually has one of those in his armor. That's a craftsman thing.
See, I want that because I now it takes me like a bonus action to do shit and like now they're in melee. I need to put my shit away and put it out. I just want to hit a button and that would be badass.
I could do that. I don't know if I could do that with your power. Well, maybe I could.
No. It's like an attachment
that'll
to
be a while.
Power armor. I wouldn't allow you to mess with my power armor, but making a bracelet to the power armor, that's fine.
Well, you don't want him to start nailing it into the power armor?
I think that engineer that gave me shit for it being my equipment being rusty would be a lot more pissed if someone were to like, I'm just gonna remove this gauntlet. Yeah. Suddenly there's like screws and shit that like aren't human made. They're like dwarven ones.
Man,
so you need a different kind of screwdriver for them. Like, what the shit is this?
Keegan would love you forever if you allowed him to look at your arm.
I would, in that case, need to switch from Iron Soul to Oath of Heresy.
Yeah, Oath of Heresy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a hard sell, I have to say.
Yeah.
I want to let this, stranger that's not human, that is a magic crafting guy, just tinker around with my armor a bit. Do you guys mind?
Yeah, exactly. And I know it's like the first decree, like don't let people. But he has a beard and a naked lady on his arm, so
so he's
I was convinced.
Trustworthy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How could that not be?
I will be right back.
How could this possibly go wrong?
I don't have any idea how that could not work.
And why did you betray not only the first, but the third and fifth oath? Well, I wanted a shield that kind of went boom. What do you mean boom? You know, boing. And it did, and I liked it, and therefore I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Look at this, boing.
I've just hit Legermain 20 as well. I've
Nice.
been stealing things and crafting them as we've been playing. And yeah, maxed out Legermain now.
Lord Torvel is the one of the Lord of the First Oath.
The first, yes.
Yeah. Lord Mayor Froze. Which one is he?
He is the defender of the third.
The third. And what was that?
Defend the innocent.
Oh, what's the second?
Protect the weak.
What's the difference?
The innocent are not necessarily weak, and the weak are not necessarily innocent.
That's true. That's true.
One is about protecting
Secrecy.
those who cannot protect themselves,
Mm.
and one is about defending those who deserve to be defended. So, if a allied city was under attack, they have guards of their own, but they could still use help. They may be innocent because they're under attack, even though they're not weak. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The weak is a very different group than the innocent.
And which one was the Lord of the Fourth?
You have not encountered the Lord of the Fourth.
I have not. I have not.
No.
It seems like a stupid one. Or no, shit. That means he's basically the Inquisitor of the shit of this thing. Ah, shit.
And he is actually known, in reference, as the Lord of Darkness.
Okay, I'm happy I haven't met this guy.
Yeah. No one actually knows his name.
Cool. Okay, but Lord Hessen, I like him. He has anti-magic stuff. Yeah. I don't even remember how the hell did I get a private audience with him? Was it because I fought the dragon, the fire demon?
Requisitioning a special magic item to fight demons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that means it had to go through him.
Yep. And I had a pretty good CV. I fought a fire demon. How many people have done that? Not that many. Yeah. I'm a good beta tester.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think we're actually going to call it there for the night.
Yeah. This was fun, even though there were only 2.5 of us.
Yeah, it worked out quite well actually, because the other two got a lot of time last week. It worked out balanced actually. All right. Well.
Good.
Doc will come back to him in a minute and see that the call has ended. But have a great evening, man.
Yeah. Same to you. Take care.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.